Yo, what is going on, guys? Wanted to go ahead and shout out all of my most recent subs for the last 7 days. You guys see your names up on the screen. You guys are the real MVP. Thank you for supporting the channel. Make sure you guys are hopping in the comments. Let me know what you think. If there's specific things you want to see, let me know, right? We'll try to help out as many people as we can, get to as many actual topics as we can. I do have a lot of plans of things I want to do, but overall, definitely want to thank you guys for all the support, and if I can help in any way, definitely let me know. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the point of this video. This video is really the purpose of it is to show you how you can utilize this same scheme that I've been breaking down that is extremely toxic and frustrating to deal with, but you can start to build other schemes around it. One of my most recent comments was talking about how do you go about building your own scheme. And basically, when you're looking to build your own scheme, you need a couple different elements in terms of, what is going to be beneficial to you as an offensive player. So you need to be building schemes around one, unique routes, right? Your unique routes are pretty much a must. If you don't have unique routes, then there's a good shot that what you're trying to run is simply not going to be any better than the normal tight offset or tight or bunch or any of the popular offenses, right? Now, you can make it work, but it isn't always beneficial to be unique if you're doing nothing unique outside of using the same concepts. Now, with that being said, you definitely don't want to just run meta concepts, because then your good opponents, the ones that really know what they're doing, they're going to be able to key in on what you're doing. So as you see right here, I'm kind of shifting focus, where the last video where I was talking about going from this down to goal line, now they've got a new card that came out today. It was this DeAndre Hopkins, really good receiver, probably the best receiver in the game, and I wanted to get him on the field. So in my head, I knew I wanted to do this video. I was like, oh, how can I make a 3 tight end version of this with 1 receiver work? Because now I can go from this split offset formation over to the wing tight formation, right? So the gun wing tight, which is really good in its own right because it has unique routes, as I mentioned. And what you'll see me use here in this video, you'll see that I will actually abuse the double corner concept that you see that's so popular in like tight offset, right? So I'm going to go to a unique formation that my opponent simply has not used to seeing those type of things. So basically what I'm doing is I'm running my own, unique offense in terms of the slot offset. I'm making my opponent over adjust. Now, once they over adjust, here's exactly what I'm talking about, where I can use a formation that not very many people have seen, but then use a meta concept where I'm using the dual corner routes. I am then going to use a bench concept with the motion streak. All of this stuff is very popular. It's just not popular out of this set, and you see we're able to pick up a big 3rd and 9 on our first drive. So we're 3 of 4 passing, nothing crazy. My opponent is playing pretty safe, or he's trying to play safe with his deep zone KOs and everything like that. But as you can see, against this particular offense, they don't really come into play. I'm dumping the ball down quite a bit. I'm running the ball a lot. And then when I do want to pass, like you just saw right there, I have ways of abusing those outside deep zones. So we've already talked about how you can't really run man against this offense. So the man element of defending me isn't really going to work. So you go, well, the main way to stop this is to run a cover 2. So how do you beat cover 2? Right? So the dual, the bench concept or the dual corners concept, you notice that when I'm in that wing tight formation, I don't actually have a clip of it in this particular video, but you'll see that we have multiple ways of abusing cover 2 with just unique routes. You see when we go to wing tight, there's a deep corner to both sides of the field, meaning that our opponent can't run a cover 2 because we could simply just run a bench concept out of it, and cover 2 is going to have a really hard time defending that. We also have this stutter that I'm going to hit right here. You'll see here they're back in cover 4. We simply run that deep outside guy off with his deep zone KO, and we are able to pick up a nice little gain of, 20 yards or so. So overall, you see we're using the motion stutter. Motion stutter goes, the name of the actual play. we are audibling over to wing tight, which is pretty unique in its own right. And then you see here, once I catch on to my opponent in man coverage, I know he's in man based off where the safety's lined up. I can still hit him with this C route to the left. So everything that we are doing is all known concepts, right? It's not unique in the sense that it is, you know, groundbreaking, nobody's seen it before, but we're doing it at a formations and at a looks that our opponents simply aren't used to seeing. So with them trying to adjust to what we're doing, right? So they have to over adjust to stop this little motion run scheme that I've got. We're hitting them with unique concepts like the stutter, and then we have the ability to, as you see, we can still, you know, pancake glitch them with the little RPO that we run, the RPO read bubble. We're giving our opponent just way too many things to really take a look at. And then you'll see right here, I'm just going to abuse this new card. Like I said, I wanted to get this Hopkins on my field because he's got 0 AP red zone threat. And as you'll see, you can't go ahead and blitz us and leave one-on-one on the outside. We'll abuse that all day long. Right there, you saw that we chucked up the C route. We score. You're going to see us do it again right here, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to force our opponent's user one way. We're going to run the ball, pick up a decent little gain, you know, gain of 4. And, yeah, we're going to just no huddle. He was in man coverage, so we got Hopkins back on that C route. We know we're going to get inside position. We're just going to throw the high ball. We're going to click on. We're going to ag it, and we're going to catch it. Really that simple. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. If you want to see a more thorough breakdown of what I think about and how I go about creating some of these schemes, definitely let me know. But the main thing to take away from this video is you want to use meta concepts from unique sets to throw off your opponent's, you know, reps. Most people have reps against your bunches, your tights, things like that. If you can use those same concepts just out of formations that they're not used to seeing, a lot of times they're not going to know how to adjust.